Closely following an investigation out of Chesterfield, where a former cop and his wife are facing drug charges. Police tell us a tip sparked an investigation into Louis Hagen and his wife Tiffany. On your side at 6, Desiree Montilla was in court for this morning's hearing and has more from our legal expert about what could come next.
A former Chesterfield police officer and his wife appear in court for their arraignment. The pair is facing a series of drug charges. The investigation starting when Chesterfield police say their internal affairs office got a tip about an officer allegedly having illegal drugs mailed to his home. The department says they reached out to the DEA. Last week, a task force with that agency searched the home of the officer identified as Louis Hagen. Based on the evidence found during the search, police say Hagen was arrested and charged with possession with intent to distribute an imitation substance and conspiracy. Hagen was placed on unpaid administrative leave but later resigned. Hagen's wife Tiffany was also arrested and charged with drug possession and with the intent to manufacture. Earlier this week, both were released on bond.
Unfortunately, this has happened before, where we've had police officers who have been charged with committing crimes. And when that happens, the court system tries very, very hard to make sure that everything appears fair and unbiased.
12 on Your Side legal analyst Steve Benjamin weighs in on the nature of this court case.
The fact that the accused is an officer or a former officer has no significance to how the case is going to be handled, other than they will bring in a substitute judge and a special prosecutor from a different jurisdiction to make sure that everything is handled and perceived as being handled fairly and objectively, that there's no favoritism.
After the court hearing, we waited outside the main entrance to ask Louis and Tiffany Hagen for comment, but they left through a different exit. Louis and Tiffany Hagen will be back in court for a status hearing on May 29th. In Chesterfield, Desiree Montilla, 12 on Your Side.